Hey, good morning and welcome to JT in the Raw. It's Friday morning, it's 8 o'clock, 1 o'clock in LA, 4 o'clock in New York, and 9 o'clock I think might even be later than 9 o'clock in London. So it's pouring rain here in Sydney. It's a really ordinary day, and I'm just letting you know, if I look like poo this morning, it's because I caught the red eye home from Perth at 5 a.m. Yep, back in Sydney, and welcome to show 35. JT in the Raw is where I chew the thin on business. So for the next 14 minutes and 36 seconds, plus or minus a few, I'm going to help you get your hustle mode on for 2017. And today I'm going to focus on understanding the consumer. Hey, last week's show I asked you to put in the comments below your favourite business book. If you haven't done that, pop that in your business book and let's get some more lists going. But I want to say a huge thank you to, I don't want to miss anybody, Christy, Chris, Matt, Lisa, Simone, Angus, Jason, Elisa, Eugene, Amanda, Chantel, Greg and Brett for all your suggestions on great business books. I was hoping to get about 500, but the list we only got 15 or so. Not to worry. If you missed last week's show and you want to know some of the best books that make you a better business person, a better leader, a better entrepreneur, a better parent, a better partner, or even a better lover, then put 34 in the comments below. I'll send you the link. You can watch the show and then send me your favourite business book that is a must read, not should read. Morning Eugene, morning Chantel, morning James Sullivan. Yes, great to have the NRL back live. That's really going to be making Irma and Jackie really happy about that. Morning Alyssa. Okay, what can I start with? First shout out. What was I doing in Western Australia? Morning Rebecca in Western Australia. How are you doing? I was there yesterday. In fact, I was at Port Hedland yesterday and it was about 42 degrees, searing heat. It was hot. Not that I saw any of it, I was in a conference room. So my shout out today goes to Jason, Carly, Michelle, Tom, Pete, Francis, Alina, Jody, Sarah, Cindy, Shelley and Charmaine. Yep, they're the team from Life and Soul. Life and Soul are big clubs up on that northwest shelf of Australia. They've got 4 clubs and they've got 3 F45s. So it was awesome to work with these guys. And we basically unpacked how a team operates, how we get to make a team operate really smoothly, really efficiently, get rid of some of those friction points. And then we developed their brand promise, their core values. We had them commit to their core values. And then I did this really cool exercise, which is called the Prisoner's Dilemma, where we got them to help identify what makes a good meeting and how, as facilitators of meetings, we can get the most out of our team so that our team understand how and what's going on in the meeting, but us as facilitators can ensure we involve everybody. It's called the Prisoner's Dilemma and it is cool and it was fun. A little bit confronting for the guys, but they had a good time. So it was awesome to, inspire innovation and take them on a journey also around the world with some great insights into clubs that are doing cool stuff around the world. Actually, I said cool shit, but anyway. So thanks to the Life and Soul guys. Double thumbs up for coming with open minds and leading with DOMS, delayed onset mind soreness. That's what we had yesterday. Super grateful to Pete and Cindy for the opportunity to work with you guys. Really love that, and the fact that you trusted me to work both personally and professionally with your team, I'm really grateful for, so thank you. And I just get a real warm and fuzzy when I do that sort of stuff. Morning Benny, morning Paul, morning Marcus. Okay, by the way, if you want me to work with your team on developing your brand promise, your core value, your business goals, drop me a message, send me an email, do a message down here if you want, just put JT and I'll come back to you, send me a PM. You like that, Sam Mudamar, DOMS, delayed onset mind soreness. Morning, Darren. Or simply send me a raven from King's Landing to Westeros. There you go. There's a Game of Thrones reference for those that are out there. Second shout out today goes to Paul Bedford, Dr. Paul Bedford, who's asked me to speak at his conference. Hey, Alan Leach, I hope you're going to be, well, I'll see you next week in person in LA, but you might even be in Manchester in the UK in March when I get to speak at their conference there. I'm really humbled to be asked to share the stage with Paul. This is the third year that this conference has been on. Lexi Griffiths is presenting, Keith Smith. It's going to be a really great show, and my presentation I'm doing is building culture starts off the field. So I'm going to share 7 keys to building culture within your business before ever entering the field of play, i.e. in getting in front of members and clients and guests. Tomorrow, I fly to LA with Chantel from the Fitness Business Podcast. We're going across there for URSA. It's an honour to speak at that conference. This is I think it's my 10th consecutive year speaking at the conference. And I'm going to be delivering 3 presentations, so they're working me pretty hard. So today I thought I'd give you an insight into what that presentation, the main presentation is, which is, what does a 2017 consumer look for in a company or a brand? What are their needs? What are their wants? Now, these aren't exercise trends, so I'm not going to share with you the 2017 exercise trends. No, that's where you'd go to IDEA. I'm going to talk to you about consumer needs. I'm going to talk to you about their trends. And if we meet those needs and trends, in any business, we're going to gain and keep customers, we're going to gain and keep members, and we're going to gain and keep clients. So, the problem is, for many of us in small business, is the expectations of our members are being shaped by massive corporations who have got more resources, more capital, more opportunities than we have. And when we as consumers deal with these customers, our expectations raise. So even small business, we expect them to treat us the same. And therefore, those trends are important for us to understand, because we got to try to lift our game. Morning, Angus and Melanie. So, my first trend that I love, and this one I talk about all the time, I've done it on the Fitness Business Podcast, and it's a continuing trend, it's a morphing trend, and that is the trend of status. The trend of status. The evolution of status has moved from being seen as superior to my peers, for example, being in the top 20 visitors of a gym in a month, or gaining free membership for referrals. That being seen superior to peers, then morphed into being acknowledged for my loyalty. So public recognition for long-term service of being a member or a client of ours. And, we get something cool with that. To then morphing into a third step, which is getting VIP privileges for your loyalty. Privileges that cannot be bought. So, for example, at your Christmas party, you have a roped-off area for the people that came 150 times to your gym or your fitness facility, or spent X dollars. So they're all part of the Christmas party, but there's a VIP section for people, and that breeds status. Okay, so for hundreds and millions of people around the world at the moment, their search for status is now more about what's happening in their inside world. It's not what I have, but who I am. And our consumers are adapting to an environment in which digital experiences now become a status currency. Digital experiences become a status currency. That means, what are my Instagram follower numbers? When I'm being tagged by a gym for my visit to a club, or them in fact checking in to your gym. That's digital experience, that's building their status. We also see personal improvement is being well established now as a most powerful, but more importantly, shareable status. Shareable status currency. So at URSA, I'm going to talk more about what these are, but this gives you an idea of how to work on status to appeal to your consumer. Now, the challenge for your consumer is, while they may have more ability to gain and to share their status amongst their friends and their community, there is no app for willpower. And so what we're going to see is the consumer wanting to increase this willpower. They're going to want to outsource it to have people help them increase their willpower. So in 2017, there's going to be opportunities available for companies, for brands, for people who can help us build our willpower up. An external source, like an external battery source to plug in our willpower. Huge opportunity there. Second status is we're going to see second trend is we're going to start to see consumers asking, how do I become a better person? How do I become a better person? Millions of people around the world now have their own ethics and they actively want to become better. And they're going to look for you as a company or a brand to help them. And if you can they'll reward you if you've got a tool or a platform or an experience that helps them answer, how do I become a better person? Thirdly, consumers are becoming increasingly distrustful of mainstream media. Hit like if you agree with that statement. Hit like if you go, yeah, actually mainstream media, I don't necessarily think tell us the truth. Donald Trump. No, they are becoming increasingly skeptical of what we're hearing. And with networked citizens, their collective knowledge that they've got and their power to affect local change is what they're looking for you to help them facilitate. They want you to help change their locality and their community because they trust you. They don't trust mainstream media. So they want you to contribute to the community. And when you contribute to the community, they'll reward you by becoming a loyal customer. The next trend is that they want to be a good person and they want you to be a good company. In a world that is filled with hackers, become a commonplace. When we are a bad business, people hack us. They might hack our software, they might hack how we do our business. So beyond bolstering your digital security, the safest thing your brand can do is make sure you are having a positive impact wherever your brand operates, whether it be a single suburb, a group of suburbs, a state, or a country. Our goal has to be, how can we have a positive impact? And that's what the consumer is going to be looking for. The final trend that I'm going to talk about at Ursa is this. Most companies and most organisations these days are becoming inherently conservative. We're worried about the PC, the political correctness of life. We don't want to offend anyone. But as a result, this neutrality that we position ourselves in sees us simply blend into the rest of the world. People don't see us. We don't stand out. So what the consumer is looking for is companies that will actually take a fuck you approach. I said that a bit loud then, didn't I? But an approach that starts to say, I'm going against the man. I'm standing for something. So if you're in the health club industry, why don't you make a stand against cancer? Why don't you make a stand against diabetes? Why don't you make a stand against domestic violence? Whatever it may be, make a stance for that. And that's what consumers are going to love because you're no longer neutral. You're standing out with a stance against some sort of issue. That sounded a bit like a rant, didn't it? Okay, now I know you all can't be at Ursa. There are people on today's show that aren't even in the fitness industry. So I'm sorry, you're not going to hear the nuts and the bolts and the details and the trends and examples of those trends. But here's the deal. If you can't go to Ursa and you want to know those examples, some more details around those trends, put a reason in the comments below and tell me why you're not going to Ursa. And if I think it's a good enough reason, I'll send you the notes, I'll send you some links, I'll share some insight with you after Ursa has already happened. So you can't not come to my session at Ursa. You've got to come to get the details, but if you can't come, tell me why, put it in the comments below, and in a couple of weeks I'll send you the notes and some more information about it. It's going to be a good session, it's going to be great fun. Now Ursa is a massive week. There's so much activity, there's so much cool stuff going on. It's like the international conference for all the fitness industry. It's huge. And as I said before, Chantel from the Fitness Business Podcast is heading across with us. I don't think she knows what she's in for. I think she's going to want to come home to have a holiday after a massive week. But I love getting over there, catching up with everybody. So if you're watching today and you're going to be at Ursa, just put LA in the comments below, and I'll look out for you, and I'll look forward to saying g'day to you. I love catching up with everybody from overseas. I can't wait to do that. So pumped. Head over tomorrow. Going to hit some gyms on Saturday afternoon in LA, or Saturday morning in LA with Chantel, and then I'm going to take her to Muscle Beach. Okay, but that means next week, because I'm going to be over there, I am going to be, of course I'm going to see you, Alan Leach, and be welcoming you with open arms, you little Irishman. Okay, yeah, so next week I'm going to do JT in the Raw live from Ursa. Catch that, it'll be awesome. So just before I go and head off to the gym, I just want to say a huge thanks also to everybody who has downloaded from the Fitness Business Podcast an episode or a show this month. This month we had a record month. We had 6,460 downloads. That's an average of 231 downloads of every day. It's going from strength to strength, the Fitness Business Podcast. Most people we interview relate to the fitness industry, but there are people we don't. So even if you're watching, you're not from the industry, it's a great free podcast. Love you to get on board, love you to listen. Check out www.fitnessbusinesspodcast.com. Chantel does the best show notes in the business, and there's bucket loads of links there. Subscribe to the show notes, they'll get emailed to you. You get a free gift for doing that, and you won't feel like you're missing out on anything. Okay, that's it for another show. Not a great day here in Sydney. Hope it's a nice day where you are. Let me finish off with a quote of the week. You know I love doing this, and I hope it inspires you in some way, shape or form in business. Knowing what your customer wants is one thing. Understanding what your customer wants is deeper and will have greater impact on your business. Let me say that again. Knowing what your customer wants is one thing. Understanding what your customer wants is deeper and will have a greater impact on your business. Hey, thanks for tuning in to JT in the Raw, show 35. I really appreciate all your support. If you love the show, hit like. If you're enjoying, hit that little heart button as well. And if you think anybody can benefit from getting some insights about the 2017 consumer, tag them in the comments below. Have an awesome weekend. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you next week. I'll be coming to you live from LA. Might have some guests. Who knows what's going to happen? We'll just wing it. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Have an awesome one. See ya.